Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time I'm doing it on Mathematics Stage 6 Paper 2 for Cambridge Primary Progression Test 2022. You may use the calculator. Let's start. Question 1. Write the cube of 4. That's just 4 cubed, which is 64. That's the answer. 2. Calculate 2 by 3 plus 3 by 5. Give your answer in simplest form. We can make both of these the same denominator, which will be LCM of 3 and 5, 15. Now we can do 2 into 5. That'll be 10 plus 3 into 3, which is 9. We get 19 by 15, which is equal to 4 by 15. Question 3. A farmer records the number of eggs laid by his chickens every day. He records the data in a frequency table with equal intervals. A. Complete the frequency table. So each one has a number of eggs 0 to 4, which means there's a distance of 4. 10 to 14, also distance of 4. In the middle of these two, there's 5 to 9. And after 10 to 14, there's 15 to 19. That's the answer. B. Complete the sentence with the correct number. The farmer records the number of eggs laid by his chickens for dash days. The number of days is just the frequency, which is the total of the frequency. That's 20 days. Question 4. Draw a ring around each prime number. 21 is not a prime number. It can be written 3 into 7. 23 is a prime number. Only factors are 1 and 23. 31 is also a prime number. 33 is not a prime number since it can be written as 3 into 11. 41 is a prime number and 43 is also a prime number. That's the answer. Question 5. Here's a triangle. Work out the value of angle A. We know that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And because of that, we can say that angle A is 180 minus the other two angles, which is equal to 84 degrees. Question 6. Here are 3 symbols. Write the correct symbol in each box. 2.18 dash 0.3 is less than. 7 by 8 is dash 3 by 4. 3 by 4 can be written as 6 by 8, which is less than 7 by 8, so 7 by 8 is greater. 0.6 is dash 3 by 5. 0.6 is the decimal version of 3 by 5, so it's equal. 1 by 8 dash 0.25. 0.25 is equal to 1 by 4 in fraction, and 1 by 4 is greater than 1 by 8. So we put a less than symbol there. That's the answer. Question 7. A set of numbers are sorted using a Carrow diagram. A. Draw a ring around the section will always be empty. Well, if a number is a multiple of 6, it has to be a number multiple of 3, right? But then, how is it possible that there's something not a multiple of 3 and it's a multiple of 6? So that'll always be empty, which means it's B. B. Draw a ring around the section that'll always contain even numbers. Even numbers mean can be a multiple of 2. Multiples of 6 are always multiples of 2. And that means it's section A, which will always have even numbers. That's the answer. Question 8. Draw a circle with radius 4 centimeters. Use a pair of compasses. It's quite simple. I'll just show you how to do it. So first, place a random point. Let's name it as O. That'll be the center of the circle. Now measure 4 centimeters on the compass. Let's take that length. And draw a circle like that. Make sure that O is at the center. How you make sure that? Because you put the compass needle there while you're drawing this. And also we have to mark a radius, which is here 4 centimeters. So this line OA is the radius of a circle with length 4 centimeters. That's the answer. Question 9. Here's a sequence of triangular numbers. The pattern continues the same way. Take all the statements that are true. The fifth triangular number is 16. Well, triangular numbers can be done using the formula n into n plus 1 by 2, where n is the number of the term. So fifth triangular number is 5 into 5 plus 1 by 2, which is 5 into 6 by 2, which is 30 by 2, which is 15. It's not 16, so it's not true. The sixth triangular number is odd. We add the 6 here, 6 into 6 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 6 into 7 by 2, 21. And that is an odd number, so that's true. Sum of the first 4 triangular numbers is even. The fourth triangular number, if you do it correctly, is 10. I'll just write that like that. And when we add these, we will get 20, which is an even number. And that means this is true. And now for the fourth one, an even triangular number always follows an odd triangular number. Let's take this. 1 is the first triangular number, which is odd. The next one is 3, but then that's also odd. And it's saying that the even triangular number always comes after an odd triangular number. But then there's not true. We can see that at the start itself. So we cannot take that. The answer. Let's move on to question 10. Here's a picture of some children in class 6. Drawing on each picture that is in the same proportion as the picture of the children in class 6. Same proportion means both the sides are same proportion of lengths. So let's keep this as side A, let's keep this as B. A is to B has to be 12 is to 18, which is 2 is to 3. This one is A, B, so 8 is to 12, which is 2 is to 3. We can circle that one. For this one, this is 16 is to 10, 16 is to 10, which is 8 is to 5. That's not correct. This one is 15 is to 10, which is 3 is to 2, which is in the wrong order, not correct. This one is 14 is to 20, which is 7 is to 10. This is not correct. This one is 24 is to 36, which is equal to 2 is to 3, and that is correct. And so we circle that one as well. That's the answer. Let's go to question 11. Here are the first 3 terms of a sequence. This sequence is made by doubling the sequence of square numbers. A, write the next number of the sequence. So 1 square is 1, and then we multiply by 2, we get 2. 2 squared is 4, multiply by 2, we get 8, like that. Third number is 18, because 3 squared into 2 is 18. Now the fourth one. The fourth number will be 4 squared into 2, which is 16 into 2, 32. B, write the 8th term of the sequence. That's just 8 squared into 2, which is 64 into 2, 128. That's the answer. Question 12. Complete the following number sentences. 2.047 is dash units, dash tenths, dash hundreds, and dash thousands. So units, it's 2. Tenths, it's just 0. Hundredths, it's 4. And thousands, it's 7. I've done that because all the place values are given here. There's units, tenths, hundredths, thousands. B, 3.67 is dash hundredths. If we convert this to hundredths, it's 367 hundredths. So why is it 367? Because when you multiply this by the value of 100th in this place, which is 1 by 100, we get 3.67. And that's why the answer is 367 hundredths. Question 13. A triangle is drawn on a grid of squares. Rotate the triangle 90 degrees clockwise about the point B. We need to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise about this point. Clockwise is this direction. And you need to just visualize a bit about how the sides will be and where the points will be. And if you did it correctly, it should be like this, because this point will rotate there, this point will rotate there, and this point stays the same. And now we can label the corresponding points. That's C, that's A, that's the answer. Question 14. A netball team plays 36 matches. The results are shown in the pie chart. A, write the number of matches the netball team loses. We can see the pie charts in slices of 12. Total 12 slices in this pie chart. Out of this, 7 out of the 12 is wins, W. 2 out of the 12 is losses, and 3 out of the 12 is draws. So losses is 2 by 12 into 36, which is equal to 6 losses. B, write the percentage of matches the team draws. So that's 3 by 12 into 100. We can cancel out 1 by 4. That'll be 25%. That's the answer. Question 15. Here's a pattern of dots drawn on a grid of squares. Write the smallest number of dots that must be added to make a pattern of dots with 2 lines of symmetry. So this pattern over here has to be there on all 4 quarters like that. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. That's the answer. Question 16. Here's a coordinate grid. A, ABCD is a square. Write the coordinates of A. We can see that this length is 7 units. this length is 7 units. That means this length should also be 7 units. And that leaves us with A is at this point, which is minus 4, comma 3. B, a straight line joins B and C. Write the coordinates of another point on the line. We can draw a line over here, B to C. So another point on this line, we can just take any one of these few points which are here. And let's see this point, minus 3, comma minus 4. In reality, it's any value which is having the y value as minus 4 and the x value as anything in this range of minus 4 to 3. That's the answer. Question 17. Chen places unit cubes on top of each other to make a 3D shape. A. Write down the number of unit cubes Chen uses. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But actually, how is this one going to float without anything supporting it behind? So there'll be 3 cubes behind which we cannot see. So it's 13 plus 3, which is 16 cubes. He adds more unit cubes to make a new 3D shape. B. Write down the smallest number of cubes Chen adds. So this is the 3D shape. We can see that this shape can be immersed here like this. Something like that, that's the outer edge shape over here. That can be over here. So we need to add to make all this the same height. We need to make all of it 4 units in height. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's the answer. Question 18. A recipe uses 3 cups of butter for every 2 cups of sugar. A. Mike uses 6 cups of sugar. Write down the number of cups of butter he uses. So this is in a direct proportion ratio. 3 to 2, that's butter is to sugar. That's equal to x for butter is to 6. So x is equal to, because you multiplied this by 3, we have to multiply this also by 3 to get that. 3 into 3, 9. So 9 cups, that's the answer. B. Lily uses 4 more cups of butter than sugar. Write the number of cups of butter she uses. So the ratio is 3 is to 2. And the difference between these two is 4. So 3 parts minus 2 parts is equal to 4. So 1 part is equal to 4. That means number of cups of butter is 3 parts. So 3 parts is equal to 4 into 3, which is equal to 12 cups of butter. That's the answer. Question 19. Write a number in each box to make the calculation correct. So first, the starting number here, the 4-digit number, is this number multiplied by 50. And then the second one is this number multiplied by the units digit. If you multiply any number by 50, it'll have the last digit is 0 and the second last digit has to be 5 or 0. Well, if the number you're multiplying by is an odd number, that means this will be 5. If it's an even number, this will be 0. Since something 9, the last digit is 9, that means it's an odd number, so this is 5. Something into 50 is 1950. That something is 39, so the 3 is the digit there. Now 39 into something is equal to 70 something. We can say 39 into 2 is 78. That means we can just do that. So now we just do 1950 plus 78, which is 2028. That's the answer. Question 20. 2 right-angled triangular prisms are joined together to make a cube, like so. One prism is gray and one is white. Complete the shading to show the net of the cube. So first let's mark the sides. This side is the front side. The one on the back is the back side. I'll mark as BA. And then this one's the right side. The left side is hidden right now. This is the top side, that is T, and the bottom side that is BO, which is hidden. Now we have top side and left side, which are full gray sides. This is top side and this is left side. And now for the right side and bottom side, both of them are plain white cubes. So this is right side because it should be opposite of left side. And this is bottom side because it should be opposite of the top side over here. Now we need to have the front and the back sides. For the front side, there is a triangle like this which is attached to the top side. So if we draw it over here, that means the triangle will be like that, divide it in half, and we just shade it. And now this is the front side, and now for the back side, if you think about it, if we turn it the other way around and make the back side appear at the front, it'll be like this, right? It'll be shaded. There's the top side, there's the left side, which is full gray as well. But then because there's the back side, and it's attached to both this side and this side, that means the triangle should be having these two edges colored, which means we draw a line like that and we color the parts that are closest to those two edges. There's the back side. That's the answer. Question 21. 4 children each have some beads. The mean number is 8. Rajiv brings some more beads. Now the mean is 9. Find the number of beads Rajiv brings. So first thing we need to realize is if the mean number is 8. So if the mean is 8, that means the sum of the number of beads is equal to 8 multiplied by the number of people there. So the mean multiplied by the number of people. So 8 into 4, that's equal to 32. So that's for 4 people. That's excluding Rajiv. Rajiv comes in later. Now the mean is 9 with 5 children. So when the mean is 9, the sum will be 9 into 5, which is equal to 45 for 5 people, which is these 4 people plus Rajiv. Now the number that Rajiv brings will be 45 minus 32, because if we subtract the number that the 4 people have without him from the number that the 5 people including him have, that'll be 45 minus 32, which is equal to 13 beats. That's the answer. Question 22. Angelique beats her drum every 2 seconds. Mia beats every 3 seconds. Gabriela does every 5 seconds. The 3 girls start by beating their drums at the same time. Write the correct number in each box to complete the sentences. The first time 2 drums are beaten together is after a dash seconds. The second time 2 drums are beaten together is after a dash seconds. And the first time 3 drums are beaten together is after a dash seconds. So the first time 2 drums, that'll be the LCM of 2 and 3, which is 6. So 6 seconds. The second time will be not the second multiple of 6, because there's something smaller possible. The LCM of 2 and 5, that's 10. The second multiple of 6 is 12, which is greater than 10. But then the second time needs to be faster. Now the first time all 3 drums are beaten together is the LCM of all 3 numbers, which are 2, 3, and 5. And that is 30 seconds. That's the answer. Question 23. Angle A and angle B are placed next to each other to make angle C. Complete the table about the size of angle C. Choose from the word cards. One has been done for you. Size of all 3 angles are given. We need to find out if that can happen always, sometimes, or never. The size of angle A is acute, B is also acute, C is obtuse. So for this one, we can see it's actually quite similar to what's given over here. We can see that both A and B are acute and C actually is obtuse. So for example, let's take A is 50 degrees and B is 60 degrees. Adding them up, we'll get 110 degrees, which is the angle C, and this is greater than 90 degrees, so it's obtuse. But then there's also another possibility. Let's say angle A is 30 degrees and angle B is 20 degrees. Add up, we get 50 degrees for angle C. This is less than 90, so it's acute. So sometimes this can be true and sometimes it's not. So you can write sometimes here. Now for a third one, acute, obtuse, obtuse. So let's take angle B 100 degrees, angle A 30 degrees. This is less than 90, so it's acute. This is greater than 90 and less than 180, so it's obtuse. Now if we add it up, we get 130 degrees for angle C, which is also obtuse. Does that mean it's always? No, because there's another possibility. Let's take the same b is 100 degrees, but let's change the a value up to 85 degrees. Now a plus b will be 100 plus 80, which is 185 degrees for c. And that is a reflex angle since it's greater than 180 degrees. So it doesn't have to be always like that. We can say sometimes. Now we can go to the fourth one. Acute, obtuse, acute. Let's say angle A to be 30 degrees and angle B to be 100 degrees, as we did before. Adding up, we get 130 degrees, which is obtuse. It's not acute. Does this mean it's never? Not yet. We need to check. Because 91 degrees is the smallest obtuse angle. 1 degree is the smallest acute angle. So we add that up, 1 plus 91. If we get an acute angle, that means it's sometimes. If we don't, that means it's never. So this will be 92 degrees. It's greater than 90. That means this is obtuse and that's angle C. So it can never be acute when angle A is acute and angle B is obtuse. Now for the final one, obtuse, obtuse, reflex. Let's take angle A to be 130 degrees and angle B to be 140 degrees. If we add it up, 130, 140, we get 270 degrees, which is greater than 180 and it's less than 360. So it is a reflex angle, and that'll be angle C. We're not yet done. We need to check the lowest possible obtuse angle, which is 91 degrees for both. If we add it up, if we get a reflex, that means we can say that there's always, otherwise it's sometimes. Add it up, we get 182 degrees. Let's see, that's greater than 180 degrees. And because of that, we can say that it is reflex angle. So this is always true. That's the answer. And with that, I come to the end of my paper. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.